Pisces, we're going to jump into your reading. I'm going to do a what would they say if they drunk dialed you reading. This is your trigger warning. If you don't like this kind of reading, just get off the reading. I've got a lot coming in, and I can't help but smile. I have been smiling from ear to ear since I have started this reading. So there is something about you where this person can't help but smile. I don't know if it's your sense of humor. I don't know if you're funny. I don't know if it's just the chemistry between you two, but I cannot help but smile. There was also a download that come in. It was the song. It's an old country song, and in it says, "You always had an eye for things that glittered, but I was far from being made of gold." So it's like, you're this high quality person. You've always had this high quality taste. And that's how this person views you. And I feel like this is how this person holds you in high standards and high regard. But they always felt unworthy. I've always felt, oh God, here I go. I've always felt unworthy of your love, unworthy of your attention. It's interesting because I've not watched this reading in years. I mean, I'm going to say it's been probably since it first come out. The movie, is it called The Notebook? Where she is from we'll say a higher class family than his, feeling unworthy. Now I'm hearing Trisha Yearwood. She's in love with the boy. I mean, it's this insane chemistry where neither one of you can explain it or understand it. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what cultures you are, what society says, how much money you have. There's a sense here that you guys have always been thankful for one another. And maybe just even having the time that you had with one another. It's interesting because I'm seeing someone on the phone say, "I just want to thank you for being you." So I don't know exactly what that means, Pisces. We've got a lot of downloads coming in, y'all. This is so much fun. I don't know exactly what that means, but it's just kind of like, you've always been your authentic self. You've always shown me who you truly are. I've never had to question your motives, how you feel for me, how you view me. If you're mad at me, your face says it. If you're happy with me, your face says it. But there's always been this pure energy. This person, when I was getting ready for this reading, it took me some time. I've tried to start this reading multiple times and there was a ton of distractions. So I don't know if this connection has always had distractions, if it's just not been able to work. I'm not exactly sure what has happened here, but it's like this person has always had distractions that they've had to take care of, things that they've had to take care of, circumstances and situations that they've had to make priority, and you've never really been one. I'm seeing the number 111. I'm also seeing the number 222. And I feel like there's something here where if this person could really honestly be vulnerable with you, I'm seeing a voice in someone's head. And I don't mean in like a bad mental health way. I mean like a standard way of living. So it's like this person was taught something. They have someone's voice constantly in their mind, criticizing, critiquing. For some of us, if there's childhood wounds that haven't been focused on or fixed, this could be a parent. This could be society. This could be our peers, we're going to quotate this one, friends. If you don't work on those wounds, you will have that little bitty negative talk that's able to conquer the parts of you that says, no, that's fear. I know that people are crappy sometimes. I know that people don't have my best interests sometimes, but as long as I'm being my pure self and I'm showing up the way that I need to, I will always win. They love you for that. I love you for that. But I feel like this person, and it's very interesting because when I said I love you for that, I heard someone say, hold on a minute, I'm really cautious when I say I love you. So this person is not the kind of person that goes around and tells people that they love them. Very cautious when it comes to that word and them using it. I feel like they really admire you wanting to start something. It's interesting because I'm getting a sense of like wanting to start a life, wanting to start designing something with you. For some of you, it's like designing a home, designing a child, designing a life, designing a path of where you guys want to go. But I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so hold on a minute. Now I feel like I've gotten on a tangent. So I said that they smile a lot when they think of you, having a lot of distractions. I also heard the song When I Think of You, I Touch Myself. Now, I do not remember the last time I heard that song, so I found that very interesting. Okay, so let's get more. What would this person say if they drunk dialed you today? If they decided to get some courage, what would they say? I can literally hear someone talking, and I just heard I'm feeling incomplete, and I've been not wanting to see that, but they're seeing that right now more than ever. There's things coming to them right now. You know, I feel like you've been having a hard time, but I feel like they've also been having a hard time. Noticing a lot of interferences that they've let get in the way. Noticing that some sort of flame hasn't burned, but they feel maybe a lack of being able to get this somewhere. Feeling like they left you when you needed them most. Wanting to offer you something, wanting to give to you. They could be wanting to give you a gift, wanting to take you out. This is equal give and take. Wanting to offer something. Where do they think this offer would get? So if they drunk dialed you, they would want to offer you something. Some sort of wish fulfillment. Now, hold on a minute. This could also be an indulgence energy. What's this Nine of Cups? Yeah, I'm going to be honest. If they drunk dialed you, they could offer you something that would be an indulgence energy. Now, here's the thing. I feel like it would be a wish fulfillment for you because you would know, you want me. You desire me. You want to feel desired by this person. And I feel like you like that. But there's also something here where the offer just is, let's see with this Justice. What I heard is mediocre. And I don't use that word. Yeah, somebody could be focusing on their stability. There could be a sense of disappointment here right now. Why is someone only focusing on their stability? Feeling like they can't move this forward right now with you? Yes, that's what I'm saying. Feeling like they can't offer something. So if they called you tonight, they would tell you, the reason that I only offer you these mediocre things or things that seem like I'm indulging or it's wish fulfillment, blah, 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 blah. I want to say blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. And I don't know if that's your energy, but it's just kind of like, get to the fucking point. Why are you not giving this a shot? It's because they're working on a sense of stability. And I feel like it really disappoints them that they can't give them their all. But there's also an energy here of offering something, or they would, and you would maybe be defensive or be like, nah, this isn't where it's at. So how do they feel about the fact that they can't? Did you see how fast that come out? It makes them feel really stuck. It's also pushing them to a point where they're really ready for a change. When we get uncomfortable, it pushes us to a period to where we will make changes that we once wouldn't make. That's what's happening here. What are they going to change? What are they changing their perspective on? Wanting to possibly come back around. This is so interesting because, again, if they drunk dialed you, they would say, I want you, but I can't do love. I don't want to say staying power, because here's the thing. I feel like even if you guys indulge together, that could be something that could last until one of you gets tired of it, or until one of you's like, okay, I need something more fulfilling. I'm saying maybe 9 months, maybe 9 years for some of you. But there's an energy here ultimately of someone's going to want that next step. Whether it's getting a house plant together, getting an animal together, moving in together. And this person is like, I can't do that next step. We can't move that forward. But wanting to, changing their perspective now and realizing, I actually do want you. And I'm actually considering making those changes for you. But again, it would take liquid courage. It would take something taking over this person's body for them to tell you this truth. For them to say, you got me thinking that I might be ready to change some things. And this is a rare side of me I never thought I'd see. Writing some things down. Maybe making plans. I'm seeing the name Andy. Not wanting the story to be over between y'all. They don't want there to be a period at the end of this. They want this to continue. I'm seeing an and. So it's interesting because I'm hearing like, and we then, when someone says, what's the story between you and Pisces? Well, this happened and then this happened. I don't want it to be, well, this happened and this happened. And I seen him the other day, kind of thing. Yeah, walked by him in the store. So when they're thinking of offering something, whoa, did y'all see that? Doing a lot of self-reflection. Are they really ready for this change? So, this is like thoughts going on in their mind. Wanting to have the strength to choose love. Feeling like, maybe at one point this person never thought love could conquer all. And it can, if you're both willing to choose it. You can leave your whole life behind and start completely new. As long as you guys have each other's back and I got you, you got me. Nobody else has to agree with it. Nobody else has to understand. But I feel like it's taken time for this person to get to this point where it's like and it's interesting because I'm seeing someone sneaking into someone's house. So it's like maybe at one point there was a sneaky energy. We can't tell so-and-so. We can't tell this person. I don't want this to happen. I don't want, us to get in a commitment. Let's just kind of keep this on the DL. Now it's like, no, I don't want that anymore. I want to be able to ride around town and it not be a big deal. I want us to be able to go out to eat and then be like, oh my God, did you see who Keith is with? Nuh-uh. Did you see Miranda is dating that person? Like, yeah, whatever. You go talk about it. Find a hobby. What would they say if they drunk dialed you? Because they're wanting to have the strength. It's been something that they've been juggling for a minute, which they know that they'd have to make a lot of changes. They're feeling really hopeful. They really think highly of you. But there is something here where they do worry about maybe you holding back. You being defensive because there was some sense of disappointment here. Maybe, again, you didn't get your way. It's taken some time. Coulda, shoulda, woulda is just now being put into action. Feeling insecure about how you would react that they're now ready to make those changes. Are you going to look at them and say, well, about damn time, but it's too late? Are you going to look at them and say, well, about time. Okay, what are we doing? Like, what is your reaction going to be? Okay, so what else would they say to you if they got up the courage right now to call you? Something's making them sad and disappointed. They've been throwing themselves into work, trying to distract themselves. Maybe they're not happy. Maybe they're not happy with what they're distracting themselves with or throwing themselves into work. Feeling like they have a wall up. Feeling like you really make them happy, but they also feel like they have a decision that they have to make, and it's a hard decision. It's a decision that involves using their head and not necessarily following their heart. If that is choosing you or to make those changes, there's something here. There's a lot of insecurity. When we have to make these huge changes and shifts to get us to what we want, it can be scary when it's unknown, when maybe nobody in our family's done it before. Maybe this person, again, is choosing love where nobody else in their life has ever choose love. It don't have to be that deep, but it can be. Okay, I'm going to say it because I heard it. I heard they could be having someone around them trying to be a distraction. They could have been entertaining this distraction. Now, this could be someone who's just texting them, someone who's entertaining them. They feel like they feel like this person's very irritating, and they feel like this person does not compare to you. But it's interesting because I feel like if you knew that maybe they were talking to other people or dabbling with other people, you would be like, oh, whatever. But it's like, they would look at you and say, there's no comparison. There's no comparison. Please don't worry. There's no comparison. This person gets on my nerves. This connection is as small can get. I'm very distant from this person, even more distant than I was from you, because I feel like there's something here where you got close enough to make them do a sense of reevaluation and say, okay, wait a second, am I ready to change my life? Because that is love. There is someone who comes into your life where you're like, oh, wait, is this someone that I'm willing to change these things for? Is this someone that I'm willing to not go out with the girls or go out with the guys 5 days a week with now? Maybe I'm ready to settle down. Maybe I am ready to have kids. Hell, have I thought about that? Like, there are people that make you look at life and go, hold on a second. Actually, enjoying life with someone might be a lot more fun. And if it's the right person, it is fun. If it's the wrong person, it isn't. And again, I feel like you're making this person reevaluate. And it's something that makes them feel really insecure. Throwing themselves into work, trying to distract themselves, wanting to communicate. They could be learning something new as well. But again, there's something here where they could want to tell you that they've either changed their perspective or there's something that they've learned. Something that they've learned about themselves, something that they're now seeing. So again, with time comes clarity. How this person viewed you, this connection and what happened is going to be completely different when it happened. And 3 years from then, and then 3 years from then. Time changes everything. Our experiences change our wisdom. It changes the way that we view things. Reevaluation has helped this person maybe see how distant they are. How they do have a hard time with change. A hard time of maybe opening up. They didn't trust you. If I'm going to be honest with you, they didn't trust you. They've been doing some self-reflection on that. They don't know why, though, because they feel like you were really honest. They feel like you were always fair, that you gave them options, that you were very honest and upfront about the possibilities, and that the ending happened because... Hold on. Why did it happen? Because they didn't trust you. Because maybe they put a face on you that wasn't true. Maybe they made you seem like you were this sneaky little person who wasn't there for these good intentions or whatever it was. You know, and again, it's something where it's as simple as, hey, I want to tell you this, but don't take it the wrong way. When I first met you, I didn't like you. When I first met you, I thought, you were a player. You just wanted to go around and do your thing and you didn't care about nobody. But their perception of you was distorted because they didn't trust. They didn't trust you. But you were always very emotionally loving and giving and nurturing, and you were very giving of yourself and honest. And, the Queen of Swords can sometimes be a little brutal with her honesty, but honesty is honesty. A fact is a fact, whether it is said one way or another. And that's just kind of your personality or the way that you were coming across, because you wanted this person to see the real you. You never did have a mask on. It was illusion that they were feeding to themselves. And again, that could be something that they're learning. They're learning that you are a quality type of person, and they should have maybe trusted you and let you in. Yeah, it's funny because, your personality or something about you where it's like, you don't want to let me in, that's fine. The joke is on you. This person's saying that. The joke is on me. I was lying to myself when I said that you weren't a quality individual and I shouldn't trust you. You were telling me the truth all along. But maybe, sometimes Pisces, it's really easy for other people to make us the scapegoat or to blame us. Because we are so sweet, we're so kind, we're so giving. And that's okay. Take it. Let them do what they feel they need to do. Because again, perspectives change. And it could be 20 years down the road that this person turns around and goes, wow, hold on a second. I need to change the way I seen that. You will be surprised who will come back to you years and years and years down the road to look at you and go, hey, I'm really sorry that happened. I'm really sorry that I acted that way. I actually had an encounter like that happened 14 years ago, where we both realized it was a complete misunderstanding, but we could have gotten a fight. Things like that happen. And you can actually see that maybe there's a misunderstanding when we go through life. My perspective is my perspective based on what I've been through. And same for you. So maybe sometimes if there isn't a conversation to be had, or if we're assuming that I can't trust you, or I'm assuming I know what's happening, we can kind of jump to conclusions, and before we know it, things are a lot thicker than they need to be. They're a lot more complicated than they need to be. That's what's happened here. This person could have made this a lot more complicated, thicker, a lot more than it needed to be. But there's a reason for that process, okay? And trust that process. So, what else would they say if they drunk dialed you? This person could have viewed you as someone who liked to party. That's only going to be for some of you. I'm just throwing that out. Don't take that if that don't resonate, okay? Don't come at me and tell me I'm a youngin' and I think all young kind of stuff. They would tell you that they've been healing, resting, reflecting, trying to manifest, thinking a lot about the past, reminiscing a lot on you guys, the moments you had together. I'm seeing people laughing, enjoying one another, and how they miss that. How they miss that. How lonely they feel without you there. How vulnerable it makes them feel that they now want to choose this. When you make a choice and you feel like it's the right choice, and then you find out years down the road that maybe you didn't make the right choice, you made a choice from an unhealed portion of you, it can really, really make you feel a certain type of way. It can make you feel vulnerable. It can make you feel weak. It can make you feel like people are going to judge you. Now, I'm just throwing this out here. Nobody cares if people's going to judge you, but I'm just saying. Yeah, feeling restless. Okay. There's something here where they felt like they weren't ready for a new beginning, completing cycles, needing to get out of something. How do they feel when they miss you? They feel like it's unfair. They feel very sad and disappointed. They lose sleep thinking about you. Feeling like you've moved on. That you're holding on to some new beginning. They feel like you're dating. You're having all kinds of options. It makes them feel really insecure. There's also something here for some of you where it's like they want to come towards you, but they're scared either your family, your friends, somebody's going to block them. I don't know exactly what that means. What would they say if they drunk dialed you? What would they say if they drunk dialed you? How are they viewing you? Let's see how they're viewing you. If they drunk dialed you and wanted to talk about how they've been viewing you from afar, they view you as someone who's healed, who's resting, someone who's stable, who's grounded, who's practical, someone who's very stable, grounded, and practical. How else do they view you? Someone who's very nurturing, someone who's very caring. You like to take care of others. Someone who I just heard you're gonna go far. I don't know what that means. Blame it all on my... I showed out them boots. And your black tie fit. They view you as someone who's really been wounded by maybe friendships or family. Someone who has a tendency to not stay places really long because people constantly disappoint you, or you feel like you're not getting what you deserve. They could also view you as someone who doesn't necessarily mean to cause a scene, but you can sometimes get a little out of hand. They also view you as someone who doesn't really complain. because you know that life could always be worse. But you're going to go really far. They really admire you. They view you as someone who's very honest, very truthful. And again, because of that, you're going to get wish fulfillment. They view you as their ultimate wish fulfillment. They view you as someone who's really strong, determined. Nothing's going to hold you back. That's intimidating for this person because they feel so insecure. They feel also that no matter what would happen, that you would eventually walk away from them. That's interesting, but I just heard it. This person's terrified you would cheat on them. How you would leave them. Again, they feel like they admire you and think so highly of you so far away that if they did get close to you, their whole world would crumble if something like that would happen. I'm waiting patiently. I feel so happy with you. Yeah. We don't share the same values. Interesting. Okay. Do I still have a chance? They're scared you're unavailable. Yeah. See? They're scared you're unavailable. Now they're ready to make some sense of changes. Your intellect arouses me. They love having conversations with you. But feeling like, again, they hide who you are, who they are. I admire you. They feel really insecure, and I don't feel like they want you to know how insecure they feel. They feel like they're not good enough for you. They feel like you will always outshine them. They feel, it's honestly really sad. This person really needs to work on themselves. I feel horrible for them, but you can't help how confident you are. You can't help how much they admire you and how they think so highly of you. What are they waiting on? Feeling very sad and disappointed, paying attention to the past. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Feeling really wounded. Feeling like they want to give it another shot. Wanting to celebrate. Wanting to feel that happiness again. Doing a lot of self-reflection on that. Wishing time would turn them back in their favor. Wishing that you would come back. But what they're not telling themselves, or what they're not recognizing, is they still have so much fear when it comes to that new beginning. To what could happen, that it makes it almost impossible to move forward. Needing to conquer that. You know, sometimes when we have such a deep rooted fear, we can manifest that fear into our reality. I'm going to give examples. My biggest fear was that my dad would die alone. He did die alone. One of my biggest fears is that I would get in a really bad car wreck. I did get in a really bad car wreck and someone died. Things that I'm very terrified of tend to happen to me to show me that fear is usually an illusion. And it shows us, we get shown how strong we are. We get shown that sometimes fears is us knowing that something's going to come to us. And it can make us really uncomfortable because we don't want to go through that experience. But the strength in the person that we come out as is worth it. This person has a lot of fears that they have a hard time letting go of. Needing to recognize them, needing to learn them, needing to see them, needing to fight against them. A lot of these demons have everything to do with like childhood, inner child. Something to do with the past. Something to do with giving someone the ability to have emotional fulfillment with them and it crumbling. Wanting to have the strength for some sort of emotional... But see, here's the thing. They, again, drunk dialing you, wanting to be with you, but wanting to be with you in a selfish way. So, I do see them having the strength to come towards you, but I also see them always having the insecurity to be the person that they need to be for you guys to be your best selves. You showing up as this strong individual makes this person feel intimidated. That's inner work that they need to do. Needing to see that sometimes our fears need to be conquered. Let me think of a fear. Like driving on the side of a mountain. You know, the worst can happen. You can go off the side of the mountain. But the best could happen too. You could see one of the best views that you will ever see in your lifetime. Sometimes we have to conquer our fears to get us to the other side, to see that our fears can hold us back. But again, sometimes our fears are intuitions for what the future can hold. But they need to work on their self. Do they know that they need to work on their self? Do they know that they need to work on their self? Your intuition tells you that this person wants to come out of the cold, but that there could... your intuition tells you that this person also doesn't trust you. Your intuition tells you that this person's also paying attention to you because your confidence is so radiant, so vibrant. It's like sunlight on a cold winter day. You can't help but want to go outside and put your face in it and feel the warmth. But feeling so scared, feeling so timid, feeling so shy. It's interesting because I keep hearing I don't want to look at you directly in the eyes because you can see to my soul. Feeling like you can read them like a book, and that makes them, again, another sense of insecurity. When someone knows you better than they know yourself, it gives them the ability to judge you, for them to see your weaknesses and use it to their advantage if they're not a good person. This person is terrified of putting themselves in a situation. Yeah, which is why they constantly hold back. Because of some sort of walking away energy, because of some sort of bad news or something that happened. Watching you from afar, watching you reach some sort of balance. But there's also this constant energy of not always knowing everything that you're up to, what you're doing. Why are they watching you? So would they tell you, why are they watching you? Let's see what that was. Oh, wow. Why are they watching you? Because the Two of Cups. Because they can't sleep. Because they're wondering who you're collaborating with. What are you doing? Are you having wish fulfillment? Are you going out with someone? I'm hearing this song. It says, you make me... I don't know. You make them feel like nobody else does. I don't know this song, but I can hear it playing in my ear. It's like a slow R&B hip-hop song. Needing to recognize they're worthy of you, but feeling so unworthy. Feeling like they can't compare to your best self. Yeah, because you're the Empress. That's what I'm saying. Gosh. This person thinks so highly of you. It's insane. You make their insecurities the elephant in the room. I miss being with you. Knowing you need security. Starting to understand this connection. I'm starting to understand what you mean to me. They don't react when people mention you. And they also have a tendency to not reach out. Why can't they reach out? What is the excuse behind that? What is the excuse for why they can't reach out? Feeling guarded about taking a leap. Feeling like it's not the time for some sort of communication or for you to learn something. Feeling like they lack the strength. Losing a lot of sleep. Wanting happiness. Feeling like they have this happiness with you, which is why they're so fucking conflicted. Because they have to complete some sort of cycle. Why do they have a mask on when it comes to people chatting about you? Thinking a lot about the past. Wishing they would have offered something. Juggling. Feeling like they made the right choice in some aspects. But feeling like they want to choose you. Not understanding. They're confused about growth. There's also an energy here where maybe people around them that do talk about you or mention you or something of this sort could be very manipulative, could try to use certain things to their advantage to not have growth here. And for change and transformation to happen, it's like they have to take you and this connection out of the public spotlight, out of people's opinions or comments or knowledge. It's completely disconnecting any energy from this. So then that way when they plug it in, the only energy going to it is the energy they want to go to it. But there's also so much insecurity here, so much sadness and disappointment and not feeling enough and paying attention to things that have happened in the past and comparing their past to now. And it's just, it's annoying. It's annoying. It's really annoying. And I feel like it could really annoy this person because there's a lot of emotion. Again, a lot of insecurity. Feeling like they want to come in. Feeling the urge. Feeling the pressure. Feeling the need. Feeling the want. So many Two of Cups keep showing up. But feeling like that you're not going to take them back unless you're fair. Yeah. Because maybe in the past there's something here where someone doesn't trust intentions when it comes to investment. What are your intentions now? When you come in and say you're going to invest with me, how are you going to invest? So if they drunk dialed you, the energy would be all over the place. It would be, and maybe that's the reason why this hasn't happened, is because I feel like it would put you in more confusion. You know, I want you, but I can't do this. I want to be with you, but I can't do this. Yeah, people talk about you, but I don't say anything. Why? Well, what you don't know is that people really say bad things behind your back, and I know you better than they know you, but I also know that people's thoughts and their comments can, excuse me, can feed my insecurity. This is a very complicated reading. Okay, we're actually going to leave this here because, this one drained me. God almighty, y'all. Okay, have a blessed day, guys.